Welcome back to Prepare for Love. We're coming to you live from the beautiful Pele Center in Beverly Hills, California. I'm your girl, Dolores. Your host is author, speaker, and renowned relationship coach, Rael Sims. We are preparing you for love. Joining us in studio, motivational speaker, poet, lecturer, author, and playwright, Anthony C. Rucker, the author of The Relationships Cookbook. God bless you. Thank you for joining us, Anthony.
Thank you. How you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How you doing? You're welcome, Barry White.
You're welcome. Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing? How you doing?
Ladies, I know you're watching this live, but he's taking
Happily married.
I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Happily
he's
married.
happily married.
We wouldn't
Yes.
have it any other way for you,
Yes.
brother.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, now.
There you go. Whoa. Hey.
All right, Miss Rucker.
Yes.
That's right.
Bless your heart.
So hey, we're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about this recipe cookbook. I mean, how does this work for relationship recipe cookbook? Talk to me about this.
Okay, what it is, a lot of people have problems putting things together based on perspective.
Yes.
So in college, I used to tutor people. I had a guy who was failing, and I couldn't get him to understand anything.
Yeah.
He was like 400 pounds, and one day I just said, you know what, this is bacon, this is donuts, and all of a sudden, he went from failing calculus to getting an A+ in calculus.
Wow.
And I was like, something is in this. And I realized in tutoring that if you can find something that someone is familiar with, something that's tangible where they understand the relationships, you can teach them other things.
Yes.
And the easiest thing that I ever used was food.
Oh.
So one of my friends was like, you need to write a math book because we having problems. I said, listen, I got to write something about what I'm passionate about now.
That's right.
I'm computer science and mathed out. If I wrote a book, halfway through, I'd be jumping off the ledge.
Right.
Wow.
So I said, if I do anything, I'm going to do it about relationships because
Okay.
that was always my passion. So what this is a book that takes you through the steps of preparing a relationship like you prepare a meal. And it starts with everything from cleaning your kitchen to cleaning to shopping to making your list to, what you're going to cook it in, conventional ovens versus microwave ovens, simmering the food, unwrapping the food, everything from all the way to eating the food and maintaining the relationship.
Now we always talk about, I mean, and our theme is preparing yourself to prevent repairing yourself. So to prepare for love. Yeah. That's our thing, prepare for love. So what are some of the things that they could prepare for in the kitchen that associate with relationships?
Okay, the first thing you have to understand, the kitchen is where you prepare the meal.
Yes.
Okay.
So dealing with relationships, the kitchen is you and the person you're going to be with. So the first thing you have to do to prepare yourself to prepare a meal is to prepare yourself for the relationship. You have to clean your kitchen. And cleaning is very easy, except in this, the cleanser is the truth. There is no other cleanser that will prepare you for a relationship except the truth.
Yes.
So that's the hard part about it. You have to look within yourself. Look at the parts of you that need to be, and I don't want to say changed because I say modified because God made us perfect.
That's what we're talking about too. Yes.
God made us perfect vessels as we are.
Okay. That's
We just need to realize that perfection. See,
that's right.
It's really, when people say empowered, all you really did is realize your power. You don't have any more power today than you did yesterday.
That's right.
It's just that
It's just
you
to modify
understand
it. Just to modify the change. Because I think the word change has a bad connotation to it. Because people say, I don't want to change. But no, you can just alter some things a little bit.
Exactly.
Well, change implies that you have to be different than who you are.
That's right.
To get what you need. And the truth of the matter is, you don't have to be different than you are. You have to realize your higher self and calling and live up to it.
That's right.
And it'll come.
That's right. And enhance and enrich. You don't have to change.
No.
You just enhance what you already have.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's like it's like playing a sport.
That's right.
If you practice every day, you haven't changed. You've just gotten better.
That's
Good.
right.
That's good.
And that's what we do. We get better at being our natural high selves.
That's right.
Okay.
So you get through the cleanser. You start going through. So I have things here, like one section in the cleanser section is relationship myths.
Oh.
Because a lot of times we hold on to things that we believe are true.
Right.
The cliches, the euphemisms.
The euphemisms.
Like
that's right.
one of my pet peeves is what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, actually, if you look at the history of the world, 99% of what doesn't kill you makes you weaker and something else knocks you off. For instance, HIV doesn't kill you. People die with complications from HIV because their immune system is weakened. So when you have this belief that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you don't address it. So you go through a hard time, well, it's going to make me stronger. No, overcoming it will make you stronger.
That's right. Exactly.
Addressing it will make you
That's
stronger.
right. Exactly.
Just getting hit and walking away is just, you probably going to walk around with a broke jaw and not know it, and it's going to complicate things.
That's right.
So what happens is there's things like once a cheater, always a cheater. we can't mix up physical traits and habits, physical traits and character for habits.
That's right.
See, if I eat, that's something I need to do. That's an everyday habit.
That's right.
Eating junk food every day is a habit.
Yes.
I can always change it. That's something that's not determined by my DNA.
That's right.
The fact that I have to eat is determined by my DNA.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to dispel the myth. Okay, once a cheater, that's a learned behavior.
That's right.
And just
I'm
like
with you
he
with
learned
that.
it,
I believe
he can
that.
unlearn it.
I believe that. I definitely believe that. You really listen to this. This is go ahead. This is really serious because I definitely believe that. I talk about this.
So
a
the
lot.
other one, love conquers all.
Yeah.
Love does not conquer all.
Yes.
Love is strength. And if you use that strength, you can conquer anything.
Right.
But strength by itself does not conquer anything.
That's right.
Like I can put the strongest man in the world right here, and if he doesn't lift that table, all his strength is not going to do it for
That's
him.
right.
Right.
It's his will to use that strength that lifts it.
Very good.
So what happens is you start dispelling these myths, and all of a sudden you put yourself in a position where it's like, okay, now I can put relationships into perspective.
That's right.
I can look at them and say, all right, this is not true, this is not true. But once you do that, it does something profound.
That's right.
Because in psychology, it's something called projection.
Right.
So say that I had a problem and I projected on Dolores. I will always try to fix Dolores. And I will never try to fix me because Dolores is the source of my problems.
Exactly.
And once Dolores is all right, I'm going to be all right.
Exactly.
So what happens is once you have these myths and you make them the source of your problem, you start to address the myth. And you never address the part of you that allows that myth to exist.
That's right.
And causes that pain in your life.
So the myths are in your book?
It's a section on myths.
The sections?
Yeah, the section on, and of course you can't deal with all of them.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
no, I mean, it's just serious, though, as long as they're
it's-
in there, because it's really serious, especially about the myths, especially when it comes to relationships, because that's one of the things that I talk about a whole lot about the myths, because we live with those myths as though it is the act of God, as if those are real. Because I usually tell people, I said, have you ever stole a cookie before? You remember when moms used to make cookies? And I know I've snuck in the kitchen and stole a piece of chicken when mom is frying chicken, and they said, yeah, I have. I said, but that means I stole something, right? So he says, yeah. I says, okay, so am I a thief today as I am? Because you said once you steal something, once a thief, always a thief.
Right.
You know, and they're like, I said, because whatever you've done in your life in the past, can I say you are still that?
Right.
You know, because you've done that in the past, and that's just a myth, because it's all about changing. It's all about going to get help. You know, if you run into a problem, it's all about going to get help, because it's always a reason, not an excuse. Everybody says, you know, there's no excuse for such and such. Yeah, there's reasons why.
There's always a rhyme for a reason.
And it's always.
And the thing about it, we have to understand that a lot of times when we have these cliches, these myths, it is to normalize and justify.
That's right.
And so what we're looking for is we're looking inside something to say it's all right for me to be this way.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong with me being this way because this justifies me being this way. And if I'm not this way, this thing right here is going to make me pay for it.
Yes.
And so what happens is we start projecting power on issues and concepts and not the attitudes and personalities that create them.
Right.
So,
I love it.
for instance, you know, this domestic violence is a terrible thing. And I see there's no reason for domestic violence, this, that, and the other. But what happened is you've normalized and compartmentalized something. So what happens is you've taken domestic violence, put it outside of every other kind of violence and saying there's no reason for this. As if the contrary says, but it's all right for these.
Right.
See, it should be there's no reason for violence.
Right.
And so
exactly.
that
Domestic or otherwise.
Yeah, and so that would address everyone's tendency to be violent.
That's right.
And not just violent in a certain situation, because usually domestic violence is not geared toward the woman.
That's right.
It's so hard.
And we're going to take
People
a break, and we're going to keep
face the
talking
truth.
about this, too, because they got to face the truth.
Yeah.
Gotta face the truth.
Got to face the truth.
'Cause he is the truth.